Can you zoom out? Where? Are we live?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We are live in Cordova, Tennessee on the campus of ECS at Legends Field. My name is Clayton Floriani, joined by Britton Wilkins, Brandon Artilles. Brandon will be on the sideline with us tonight. 6-3 Harding Lions come in, 5-3 Harding Lions come in to take on our 6-2 Eagles. Both teams are 2-2 in this Division II AA West region. Great night for football. Maybe some rain possibly set in for the second half. We'll wait and see. But guys, great to be here with you. Britton, give us a rundown.
I'm trying to see if we can see Brandon. I can't see him.
I'm the ghost sideline report. See, I'm already trying. I'm so eager to get out to the sideline report.
There he is.
I'm so eager to get out to report from the sideline.
How
about that?
All right, is this better?
All right,
but
Maroc.
now Clayton's cut off.
No, I'm
Are we good?
Maroc, are we all in? We need to talk to our cameraman here.
He's snoozing.
All right, we'll just stay in tight. We're huddled in tight.
Yeah, we'll be tight. Before we get too far, let's give a rundown of our sponsors. Then we'll review 2 weeks ago at Arlington, and then we'll actually review a little bit last year this game, how much this game meant to our program, being Coach Rodriguez's first year here, and then preview tonight's game. Sound good?
Great idea. So thank you to our sponsors, Sean Wilkins, State Farm, Clayton Floriani at Pediatric Dental Group, James Stiles, attorney, Compliance Associates, Tim Wilson, Darren Wilkes with Benny James, Bank 3, Scott House, and then Strategic Financial, Ham Holcomb, Bill Edwards, Chandler Gagnon, Barrett Jones. That's a lot of people. And then Ortho Memphis as well. So it does give you confidence.
It's a lot of
played. You know what? You're a natural.
You know what?
But it's almost like you've done this.
You think I got something? You think I have a gift maybe?
You have a gift.
I've been anointed by Brandon.
Nobody's watching right now, but we are having a good time. Yeah. So, all right. So thank you to our sponsors. We do appreciate your support and make all this possible. And thanks for those that have come on this year. We've added a couple. So,
Arlington. 2 weeks ago, Arlington Eagles came on top 27-0. Running back Kenny Walker went down early first drive, so that definitely changed the dynamic of the football game. But still, we shut them out. I was surprised that they got no points after that. They really didn't have any options. Quarterback was really he was a non-factor throughout the night. Coach Rodriguez was. You went to Chalk Talk this week.
Yeah.
You probably have more ideas about that.
Well,
victory.
just in the follow-up to that game, one of the things that Coach Rodriguez did kind of really emphasize was coming off of that Lausanne game. I mean, that was an emotionally, physically draining game, and so he was ready. He was trying to prepare his guys not to have a letdown in the build-up to Arlington, and he said that his guys passed that test. And, it's interesting that that's the motto for this year, respond for ECS and the students' body, and they responded well to that challenge and came out, and they gave Arlington a heck of a challenge, and then, like you said, shut them out.
Well, talking about responding, talk about Peter Nern blocking the field goal. That was a great response. Got us a quick 7 points. Preston Daniel picked that right off the turf. And
that's
took it
right. So you had two non-offensive touchdowns.
Yeah.
You had that one, the block punt by Peter, and then returned by Preston Daniel, and then also you had Austin Hill with an interception that was a pick six as well. So in a 27-0 game, you had basically 14 points coming from either defense or special teams, which was big. You mentioned that the defense did shut them out. As you said, their key running back, a very prolific runner, went down early in the game. No doubt that helped. And their quarterback, though, just never really got any rhythm.
Yeah.
He just and had been a good quarterback, and I think he is a good quarterback, but I've been impressed really all year with our front three on defense. Whether we bring 3 or 4, we're really effective with really 3 guys or 4 at times. It's amazing. They take 6 guys to try to hold our 4 back, and that's really been great to give our defensive backs. They're putting them in great positions because you've got a lot of help now. But you're getting that good pressure from your front 3 or 4 guys. It's allowing our linebackers to drop, and that we're not having to send them and do as many stunts on the line to be effective. And so our defensive line play has been really key this year, really the whole year.
Huge.
So, and we saw that last week.
Speaking of, Cody Ashmore will be back tonight, so that'll be an extra guy to rotate in and out of that defensive line.
And Coach Rodriguez was talking about something like that. You hate to be missing the guy, you hate to have him down, but it always gives you that boost when he comes back into the lineup. So it's going to be a nice boost for the defense out there.
A couple of stats from last week, or from 2 weeks ago. 184 yards of offense for the Eagles, 107 rushing, 77 passing. We already talked about the 2 other touchdowns, non-offensive. There was 9 first downs. We had 1 fumble loss, so turnovers. We secured the ball really well. Jacob Hatcher, his leading receiver was Dawson at 39 yards, which is a low game for Dawson. I mean, he's usually has more yards than that.
Over 200 against Lausanne.
But I mean, the key is if we don't have to pass, we just don't. In a lot of games this year, we've been in a position where we've been running the ball, moving the ball very well, chewing up the clock. We've not had to go to the passing game, which has been good. You did see Dawson run the ball. Actually, they changed up one of the plays to get him the ball in the backfield. He came through. So that was effective. That was good. Is that camera, Clayton, look at that. Are we still showing the –
Yeah, we're good.
We're good? Okay,
Yeah.
Sorry. That's why I'm not the engineer. That's why I'm not the – I'm looking at
Clayton's everything.
I'm looking at the computer, and
Marock's got his handle.
I'm off. All right, let's see. Also,
You're engrossed in your stats.
Matthew, I am, man. It's a lot of pressure. I'm just saying it's a lot of pressure. So to deliver these stats every week it's really taxing.
We got a medal. We have a medal for you somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. Matthew McMeans, 107 yards. 63 yards last week. 107 yards rushing total. You mentioned it. The defense shut him out. Austin Hill had that pick 6, but then Ethan Saunders had 7 tackles. So we're going to take a break just for a second while they're praying here.
That our missions are so much alike, Christ-centered, biblically directed. I think of the rich friends that I have with folks at Harding, Ron Rubio, Kevin Starks, Coach Hendricks, and others. Tonight we pray for safety and injury-free game for the players. We pray for a spirit of good sportsmanship among the players, coaches, and the fans. We pray for the officials that they would use wisdom and sound judgment as they call game. We would pray that we would honor you with our actions, and that both teams would give an effort that would be pleasing in your sight. We thank you for sending Jesus to die on the cross for our sins. We thank you for your love and grace. I ask all this in the matchless name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
All right, Coach. That was Coach Rulas for the prayer. So one of the ECS legends here at Legends Field. So he's one of those legends. We actually last week, one of the things we mentioned, we held the Tigers to 131 yards of total offense, and that was in large part because their running game faltered, and then even though the passing game just didn't really get into a rhythm. Yeah. So they were 10 for 23 passing for 76 yards, 1 fumble recovery, 1 interception, that we had. We've already talked about. So Chandler Karn was 2 for 2 on field goals. Did a great job of putting the ball in the end zone, and then he was 3 for 3 on extra points. So special teams did well. So that was that's the recap of the Arlington game.
We'll kind of flip back to last year. Talked to Coach Rodriguez talking about this game. We kind of came in last year. Remember this time last year we were 2-6. So we were really kind of jockeying for a playoff position. We didn't know if we would get in. So we went into this game. Kind of the winner of this game was going to be that last seed. I think Harding did slip in because of a late loss. I think we beat North Point, so they got in. But at the time we didn't know that. So we were down at halftime. Came back at the half, had a pretty dynamic third quarter. Then you remember that pick 6 by Dawson Williams that really kind of sealed the game for us. Other than that, it was back and forth game. So I think it was a time that we'd seen that building last year. We saw it building in Arlington and kind of came together at Harding last year, put together a win. It was just a kind of a weight lifted off the players' shoulders, like, okay, we're going forward here.
Yeah.
And we haven't looked back since, I feel like. And so I think that has carried over, and Coach Rodriguez agreed with that because, yeah, no doubt about it, that was probably a signature win last year that the guys believed what we were teaching them. they're bought in, and you can see now 6-2, 2-2 in the conference. Although we are tied with these guys, we are ahead as far as points go. So tonight,
well, and let me just say these, even having 2 losses compared to last year, these 2 losses was a last minute, down to the wire game with St. George's, and then even the Lausanne game. We're one of the few teams who's played with Lausanne and had an opportunity in the fourth quarter to compete for them and have a chance to win that game.
Yeah.
So even the 2 games that we lost, we were really with St. George's. Played a better game, but had lost the turnover battle, and then we're in it with Lausanne. So this really is a completely different team, playing at a different level. Obviously, Coach Rodriguez has had a chance to put in his offense and defense. The players have now seen it for a while. The coaches working together, although we have a couple of new coaches, but some of that nucleus, that staff being together. So you're just seeing it. The other thing Coach Rodriguez talked about at the beginning of the season is the difference in the strength of this team. This team had all offseason to work, and so they've changed a lot of things in the strength and conditioning and just year-round conditioning, put a lot of emphasis on it. And Coach talked about he's seeing it with just the players being more physical and able to go longer when you have guys having to go both ways. Being in great shape and physically strong allows you to do that.
Yeah. I'm looking at our captains, Hudson Steele, Cameron Rosenberger. He's back tonight. Talked about Cody Ashmore.
Great to have him
see him get a few carries.
Harding's got some players back as well. I know you noticed some guys on the sideline, Brandon, that maybe not be playing.
Well, yeah, their star player. I mean, that's one of the things Coach Rodriguez was talking about defensively, some of the challenges. It's going to be Harding. They like a lot of misdirections, a lot of, just they depend on a lot of their speed to be able to really punish opposing defenses. So they're prepared to go up against number 2, Tyler Moore, if I'm not mistaken, and Malik Young, their quarterback, their dual threat quarterback. So those are the 2 guys that the defense is keyed in on. However, from what we're seeing, Tyler Moore appears to be in street clothes. He's not really dressed out in the game, but we try to keep an eye on him. But number 2 doesn't appear to be suited up.
That will definitely change their offensive game plan.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the stats, I mean, Tyler Moore has rushed for 917 yards. He's 109 carries. He's got almost 3 times the carries of anybody else. Martrell Brown has 40 carries, so he's 2.5 times that number of carries. Miles Neely for them has 29 carries for 361 yards, but Tyler Moore, number 2, who we think may not play tonight, has scored 14 of their rushing-wise, 14 of their 21 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So I mean, he is the bulk of that rushing offense. Also, he's receiving has almost 200 yards. So 9 for 194 yards receiving.
So
5
as the offense
touchdowns.
goes,
He's got 19 of their touchdowns.
Wow.
Which, I mean, so if he's sitting tonight, then that's obviously going to be a game changer for, as you said, for the schemes that they use and just for this game tonight. I mean, I don't know how Harding is going to be able to beat ECS with their star player if he doesn't play tonight.
I think that's
and
key.
At the high school level, one key player, I mean, look at the difference Eric Gray made in the Lausanne game. Look at the difference last week of Walker being out at Arlington, a great player at the high school level without a lot of depth. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
so,
I think Coach Rodriguez talked about us scoring. That's going to be a problem for Harding. They don't have those players. They're not going to score. For us, we put in a few wrinkles ourselves. I know, Brandon, you mentioned that they run a 3-3 stack, a lot of man on the outside. So a lot of times I think we're going to get everyone out of the backfield and see if they can guard us man-to-man on the outside.
As you were running down the injuries that other teams have suffered, we see at Arlington the impact it has on them, Lausanne. It's a testament to the depth of ECS, of the guys. We've seen Cameron Rosenberger go down. Matthew McMeans jumped right on in. We've seen Jalen Greenwood, unfortunately, go down as well. And just you look up and down this lineup where guys have stepped in, and really it doesn't seem like we're losing any steps with that.
You're right.
You're right.
That's a great point.
Well, the Eagles have won the toss. Actually, they're going to defer the second half, so we will receive the second half. We'll kick off this first time to Harding, and as we get to go out, so we'll pan back out to the
I'm going to give you two more stats.
Hang on one second, Joe.
Reed Swalinski, number 11, if Tyler Moore is out, then I would think you would look for number 11 and number 23, Kobe Hollins. Both those guys have over 100 yards on the season. And then rushing wise, I think Miles Neely, number 8, will probably carry that load, or maybe Martrell Brown. So we'll look to see what happens there.
Okay. All right. Well, Brandon, we'll look forward to chatting with you during the game on the
look
sideline.
Look forward to it, fellas.
Thanks for joining us.
With you.
Tonight, if you're at home, the game is on. If you're in the stadium, on the radio, 92.7. So check us out there.
Just real quick, I'm not seeing Tyler Moore back to return the kick. I got to imagine a dynamic player like that would be on kick return, and he is not out to return. So
we'll pan over to the field.
Chandler Carn is going to kick that off deep into the end zone. That'll bring it back out to the 20. Once again, Carn, nice kick.
It's the theme tonight in the Macon Mafia. Was it USA America Night?
It was.
America Night.
It was. Wow, Harding's going to go with a little halfback pass right out of the gate. Boy, Preston Daniel was right on it, almost an interception. Just took too long to develop.
Right, a little tomfoolery right out of the gate. I would think we would see quite a bit of that tonight.
More appropriately, guys, I think it's Merca night.
Merca. Brandon is now down on the sidelines. So this is a new, our producer, director, Clayton Floriani, came up with this idea. So Brandon is down on the sidelines, so we'll be able to give us some reports.
In the belly of the beast, looking forward to it.
Second down and 10 for Harding. Tyler Giles wraps him up quickly. Tyler, that left defensive tackle and defensive line, you got Tyler Giles, you got Josh Hartsoff, and you got Josh Kroll there. Austin Hill, number 5, outside linebacker. Ethan Saunders, weak side middle. Evan Lockhart, strong side Mike linebacker. And Preston Daniel, outside linebacker. We mentioned Alan Bowden is out tonight, resting up. He'll be back in a couple weeks. 3rd and 8 for Harding. Great tackle coming up from Jacob Epperson coming up from that strong safety position. Looked like it was going to be a first down.
Well, it was going to be a first down if Jacob didn't respond like he did. They had a lot of running room as he scrambled out there on the far side.
Well, that was a great play, great tackle. So first possession, Harding will punt. Dawson Williams standing back on his own 48-yard line. He's got some room. Tell you, nice job. Jacob Epperson could have got him in the back and just held off. Great. Just way to hold back.
Yeah, that would have cost us 10 yards or more, actually, depending on the spot. That's great field position right at midfield.
I mean, right on the stripe. Joseph Welch will be your quarterback tonight. Guys, sorry if you're at home. We do not have the scoreboard camera up. We could not get it up tonight, so we'll be kind of calling out the time for you. We will have the score up, though, just not the time and the down and distance. Quick little pass, just couldn't quite get the timing right. Austin Hill did catch it. Won't be a gain.
Great break by Preston Ford of the Lions. He was right there to defend that. He reminded me right there of Austin Hill. We've seen Austin Hill do that time and time again this season.
Brandon, looks like Coach Rodriguez is going to keep that same quarterback rotation. We'll go Welch this first series and probably Hatcher next.
Yeah, well, right now I'm looking at Jake Hatcher right now as he's getting prepared on the sideline, but keeping his eyes on the starter at the moment.
Stretch play, McMeans to the left. Boy, nice penetration by Harding. I'm not sure he'll pick up any. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Be interesting to see what Coach Rodriguez calls here. Definitely a passing situation.
We don't find ourselves in many 3rd and 10.
We don't. I look for him.
We've not seen this down and distance much this year.
We'll see if he brings someone in motion. He's been doing that a little bit. Run a screen. Oh. Well, almost an interception. Dietrich Pennington, fortunately, was there to.
Boy, Dietrich saw what was happening.
Yeah, he did.
Cleaned him out. If he had a chance of catching it, Dietrich took care of that. That's a great defensive stand by Harding. Very aggressive. 3 plays, actually a loss of about 6 inches, Clayton.
You know, we talk every week. We talked about even at Lausanne with Brandon with us. You know, it takes them at least a couple series sometimes to figure out kind of what they're in. If they've, we think they're running a 3-3. Who knows? They change it up at a slanting, and just takes a little time for coach to figure that out. So, not surprised.
Do we have a Sean Wilkins State Farm timeout?
We sure do.
Well, Sean Wilkins State Farm, thank you, Sean, for sponsoring the ECS Eagle live stream. As I've said many times, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Absolutely.
And he's been there, as I've said many times, he's been there for me. I think, as you said, almost like a family member.
You get confused. It's so.
I mean, it feels like family. Feels a lot like family. Sean Wilkins State Farm. 388-4944.
We're still at 4th down, and we have moved nowhere. Still on the 50. Calling back to punt. Great looking punt. Good hang time. We got it. Looked like Austin Hill, maybe. Yeah, Austin Hill recovered the punt.
That was the most successful pass play of the night.
No doubt. You know, I thought he would fair catch the ball. I kept looking.
I thought the same thing. Yeah. I'm thinking surely he's not going to try to run that with that high, great kick by Karn.
Yeah,
I mean, that's exactly what he wanted. He knew he could get underneath that and kick it high because he had plenty of room because the ball was on the 50. So
that was, great. That was a 50-yard punt by Karn. He's kind of done that time and again.
Well, he was a preseason MurphyFair.com All-State Division II AA preseason All-State team, and in the punting department, and he's proven why right there.
We got a timeout on the field, timeout ECS. That's the Eagles' first timeout.
I'm not sure. Do we know why he called that timeout, Brandon?
I'm going to try to find out. It was interesting, though. Coach Rodriguez, as I find out about this timeout, was behind it. Just winning all 3 phases of the game, and Coach Rodriguez was just placing a great emphasis about winning its special teams. And we just saw another example of that, making a huge play on special teams. Harding making a mistake, making a mental error, and they were able to capitalize on it. The timeout, they obviously want to be in a position, they want to get this right. When you're knocking on the door, trying to score a touchdown in this game against a conference opponent, they definitely want to get this situation right. So as they come back over the field and the sideline and regroup, I'll find out what they were talking about.
Jacob Hatcher in at quarterback, Austin Hill the fullback, Matthew McMeans tailback. We'll get Williams in motion. A little bit of window dressing.
Boy, the Harding Alliance defensive line looks really tough. I mean, our offensive line and defensive line have been a strength for us this year. We've been able to run the ball really effectively, and I'm pleasantly surprised for them. I'm a little bit shocked of how well their defensive line.
Yeah, it is. Nice to see Rosenberger in on that last run. So he seems to be doing well. He's been out, of course, several games.
This is another Sean Wilkins State Farm. Did I mention that?
You did mention that. We're going to split Dawson Williams out to the right. Austin Hill, of course, taking the place of Allen Bowden at fullback. McMeans, nice hole. He'll maybe gain 1 down to the 7-yard line.
Matthew McNeese on the carry. Tackled by Malik Young.
We're going to bring in Epperson and Gagnon. We're going to get Saunders out, Hill out. So we're going to kind of get our heavy package out. Looks like we're going to go to the air. Trips left. Williams, the bottom of your screen. Boy, just nothing really open. We'll bring in Karn. We'll get 3 points.
Well, Jacob Hatcher on that last play had a spot that he thought he was throwing to his receiver, but I don't know if it was miscommunication or if there was just they got held up on the line, but not able to get to that spot in time to catch the ball.
Yeah, it looked like they did not bring pressure. It looked like we kind of expected that they would, and they didn't, and it kind of bottled up the routes over there, being trips. Boy, nice kick by Karn. He drills that on Macon Road. 7:10 to go in the first quarter. Your Eagles are up 3-0. A muffed punt by the Harding Lions at the 10-yard line allowed the Eagles to get that 3.
Well, Harding has to be pleased with that, to give the Eagles the ball inside the 10-yard line and to come away with a field goal. That's a good job for them. So, yeah, that we'll send a shout out to James Stiles on that. It wasn't a James Stiles touchdown,
true,
but it was a James Stiles field goal.
That's right. So we'll give him the points.
James, we're going to spot you those 3
How
points.
about because it should have been a touchdown? Maybe
it should have been a touchdown. It should have been a touchdown.
Well, that's ECS's second drive, so I look for this third drive now to be able to move the football.
You mentioned it. You and Brandon both talked about it. It takes a couple drives for the Eagles to figure out exactly how they're responding and what the best offensive scheme is going to be.
A great kick once again by Karn. He'll put that to the left corner. Lions come back out at the 20-yard line to start this second series for them with 7:10 in this first quarter of play. Well, we're kind of expecting the rain to move in, Brandon. I don't guess you're getting any yet.
Getting a few. Nah, I just felt one. Just felt the raindrop. So, but nothing that's going to really impact the game too much. But yeah, it's starting to make its way into the area.
But going into this game, Chandler had 31 touchbacks compared to our opponents 2.
Wow.
31.
Harding going to run a single back set, little sprint out, little almost try to shuffle pass, wasn't there.
I think that might have been incomplete. I couldn't tell.
If he caught it, it was a great catch.
I think it's incomplete.
Tell you what, they gave him 2 yards, so it looked like they're going to rule that a catch. So it went from a shuffle pass to a normal pass.
22-yard line gain of 2 will bring up second down.
Preston Daniel was there, took away that first initial pass, but great play by Harding.
Well, he had good pressure, so that play was never going to go for many yards. Surprised they got 2 yards on it.
Boy, Malik Young ran right into a whole stack of Eagles. Saunders coming in from that Will linebacker.
Interesting to see Cameron Rosenberger checking in on defense as well. So he's getting in some time on offense, but they also have him back out on defense too.
Boy, you're right. I was not expecting to see him on defense really at all tonight.
Coming off that high ankle sprain. Good to see him back out there, though.
It is. I mean, that's exciting to know that he can go both ways, so that makes me feel really good about his ankle.
Well, with Matthew McMeans being as effective as he has in the run, obviously that's what's allowing Coach to do that. That looked like a pass.
My goodness, Austin Hill, what a great tackle. Just raining down. I mean, that time we did not even have a free safety. We knew that play right from the lineup.
It looked like he was thinking about passing it. I don't know, was that just me?
Palmer down at the Hardy.
The emotion on the sideline right now, Dietrich Pennington just really voicing some frustration. They left points on the field on that last possession. They think they should have scored, so they're going to be fired up going out for the second possession.
Well, it's going to be a nice returnable punt. Dawson Williams, nice catch.
Well, great catch.
Boy, get a lot of room.
Now we got a flag.
Oh, my word.
Oh, look, they're going to call it again.
Yep.
Unnecessary roughness again. They're just not going to let you. We're going to have a block in the back at the 45-yard line.
I mean, man, this is really a nice block by Austin Hill. I mean, it wasn't helmet to helmet, I don't believe.
No.
Hit him right in the shoulder. In fact, he hit him with his shoulder.
They're going to take the block in the back because that's a spot foul. It's going to move us back more yards. The personal foul declined.
Against ECS, that penalty is declined. There's also an illegal block in the back against the Eagles. That penalty is accepted. That takes all back to the ECS 38-yard line.
You're right, Britton. I mean, you just if they see anything that looks like a decleater, they're gonna flag it.
They're gonna flag it.
Yeah.
They've done it all year. Well, and Austin's one of the most aggressive guys we have on defense.
Welch back in at quarterback, runs a quick option. He'll maybe gain one.
Well, Harding did a good job of covering our pitch man, so he had nowhere to go. He had to turn it upfield.
That's right. Once again, that Harding defense, that front three are tough. Williams and Gagnon, bottom of your screen. Hill in motion left. Now we get Williams in motion. Boy, quick end around to Williams. Nice speed. He'll pick up probably, looks like 13 or 14 on the play. Nice play by Coach Rodriguez.
That's that play it looked like Coach put in last week against Arlington to try to give Dawson more touches. And it didn't actually work that well against Arlington.
Yeah.
They defended it
pretty
well.
Yeah, that's probably one of the best looks I've seen all season.
Preston Ford on the tackle for Harding.
Well, lining up with our smash mouth football, which we've talked about many weeks that we've been able to run this season, so far tonight that's not worked against Harding.
Not yet. Option once again. Welch has a little room. He'll pick up probably 3. Got a flag in the backfield. Hopefully not a hold.
Yep, I guess that's a hold, and it is.
That'll back us up 10 yards.
When that flag goes down right where the offensive linemen were, that's a bad sign.
I mean, that's going to negate that great play by Williams on that end around.
Joseph Welch on the last carry for ECS, tackled by Harding, Preston Ford. There's also a flag on the play. That flag is holding against the Eagles. Going to be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. We'll replay the down. First down at 21.
3:34 to go in the first quarter. First down and 21 for the Eagles. Williams, the bottom of your screen. Welch dropping back. Going to be a screen play. McMeans. Boy, what a run.
Great job, McMeans.
Got to pick up almost 15 on the play. Boy, nice quick feet.
really impressed with how Matthew has grown as a running back this year. Not just sticking his nose in and running downhill, but his side-to-side movement.
Yeah,
he's just really done a great job filling the hole that was left in the running back position with our 2 starting running backs going down early in the year.
Great job by that offensive line selling the run. Got Paul Ellis right tackle, Hudson Steele right guard, Josiah Tingley, Cody Ashmore. We talked about him being back in there tonight, left guard.
Well, Paul Ellis did a good job blocking on that field, on that play downfield.
Yeah, Dietrich Pennington left tackle. Rosenberger back in now. First down, pick up 5 on the play. Nice block by Preston Daniel. Little extracurricular activity. Got a flag on the play.
Well, what do you do? That flag is a dead ball personal foul against ECS. The penalty will be 15 yards added on, or 15 yards from the end of the play.
It looks like the Harding guy
didn't like being pancaked.
Well, the Harding guy, that was Paul Ellis, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When Paul was getting up, the Harding guy threw him back down.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they don't see that. You never see that.
He didn't like being pancaked by Paul Ellis.
Yeah, Paul, I mean, he didn't throw him down, but as he was getting up, he shoved on him, and Paul did not appreciate that. Went back with the same play.
Brandon, is that kind of what you saw on the sideline? Just a few little heated.
Yeah, just talked to Paul, and he just said that the guy need him and got to push down on his head. So there was definitely, it's one of those things, that guy acted first, and then you get the retaliation. But the other guy, the instigator.
Second down and 12, 1:40 to go in this first quarter play. Eagles up 3-0. Second down and 12. Joseph Welch, your quarterback. Carson Gagnon, Dawson Williams up the top of your screen. Austin Hill, H-back on the right. McMeans, your tailback. We'll go 2 tight end. Oh, a nice first move by McMeans. Pick up probably 4 on the play.
Yeah, when he first got the ball, I wasn't sure he was going to gain any yards.
Harding landed flat. Jordan Clay and Reed Smolinski.
We've got less than a minute, 55 seconds winding down on the play. Well, on the scoreboard.
Yeah, got about 20 seconds on the play clock. I look for us to put this ball in the air. Boy, just not a lot of room. Welch scrambles to his right. Not going to get a first down. We'll bring out the punt team. Carn.
Good coverage by the Lions. Your defense has done a really good job tonight.
Ball spotted at the Harding 47-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down and 4.
Looks like that was supposed to be a little screen to Dawson, or a little quick receiver screen, but the Harding defender picked up on that, and so he just wasn't open. There's no way Dawson was going to get a first down. Boy, high snap.
Playing for the Eagles.
Looks like they'll call that dead around right at the 20, I believe. 20, they'll call the 21.
The Eagles down the ball at the Harding 20.
Well, a high snap. Took Chandler off. He had to jump up for that ball. We haven't had that problem this year.
Malik Young will bring his Harding Lions back out on the field. 9 seconds to go in this first quarter.
You couldn't see it on the last play because the punter was out of the frame, but the snap was over his head. He had to jump, reach it, and then and then Chandler had to reset and kick. He did a nice job.
Quick little end around. Boy, nice play. Austin Hill. Carson Gagnon finally wraps him up and puts him down.
On the carry for Hardy. Tackle by the Eagles, Carson Gagnon. And that's the end of the first quarter. After one, here's for ECS 3, Hardy.
Austin Hill's had a fantastic year. I get impressed more and more with his speed more than anything because he's worked on it so much in the offseason.
Well, he just gives it his all. I couldn't see, again, it was out of the frame, but he somehow, I don't know if he hurt his hand diving for that running back. I'm not sure. We'll have to check up. And Brandon, maybe you can see if Austin looks like he's all right. He came up holding his hand. Looks like he's out on the field, so it looks like he's okay.
Second down and 10. Harding Lions traveling south at Legends Field.
Was that a Sean Wilkins State Farm timeout?
Well, that was a quarter change.
Well, so I was looking at the
Well,
clock.
yeah,
The clock was running. They're just running it down.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I missed it. Joseph Nafee in here working the computer tonight. Nathan Marock. Chris Cochran.
Austin Hill once again on the tackle. Malik Young, little quarterback draw off the right side. Zachary Brooks, number 3 in at corner. We got Peter Nern, also cornerback. Jacob Epperson, strong safety. Gagnon, free safety. Third down and 5. Will be nice to get the ball back with a nice stop. Same play. I don't believe he got that. Brandon.
From my vantage point, I'm looking right on it. He's short by a good yard, especially after that spot.
Brandon, what do you think this next series for ECS? What do you think the coach is going to do? I know Hatcher will be in at quarterback. You look for us to put the ball up?
Well, it does seem to be there is that alteration, and you want to keep the Harding defense off balance. So you do anticipate that last possession was kind of run heavy, trying to run some screens, so maybe they're going to try to get it down the field a little bit.
Williams standing on his own 40. Yep. Boy, quick kick. Tell you what, that's about a 5-yard punt.
Great effort by Peter Nern again. Of course, he had the blocked field goal last week or 2 weeks ago at this rate against Arlington. Another almost blocked, but you can just see the result of the pressure making the punter make a.
He had no time to get the ball off, like you said, Brandon. So good job, Peter.
Gagnon at the top, Williams down low. Hill fullback, Rosenberger tailback. Boy, quick hit by Hill. Boy, nice run up the middle. We haven't seen that much this year at all, especially not from Hill, with him not being in the fullback. Nice 10-yard gain. That's maybe a first down. Yep, they're going to move the chains.
I like that quick handoff, as you said. That's not something we've done this year. So, boy, if you have a quick exchange like that, a hole opens up so fast you can pop through there before the linebackers know it. They're looking at you over their shoulder.
Biggest run we've had of the night. Boy, quick out back. Yeah, nice play. Gagnon right there. Nice throw and catch by Hatcher. Saw us run that play this week in practice. Really liked it, bringing them inside and then getting back out.
I'm impressed with Harding's defense. They've got good speed. They're closing really well. They're covering our receivers well. That was a well-executed pass because if he didn't hit it right on the money and quickly, there was nothing there.
Yeah, it was a great throw.
Coach Rodriguez is looking for the pass right now, just saying he likes the way the fade is looking right now against this defense. Just had a word with Jacob Hatcher, so let's see if that's the direction they go on this next play.
Dawson Williams on an island. We'll see if he throws it up. Yeah, he is going to fade. Nice call, Brandon. Boy, just not enough air under.
The pass from Jacob Hatcher intended for Dawson Williams.
You're right on the money. They looked for it.
It was there. It was there. Just a little too much air, like you said.
On the coverage for Harding, Martrell Brown. The completion brings up
third down and 6.
Correction on the coverage for
9:01 to go.
The Eagles, we found ourselves, in the backside of that third down and more than 5 more times tonight than I can recall.
Yeah.
Most of our third down plays have been third and okay. Had to go well. We broke the huddle with too many people.
Yeah, they're going to get us 12 men on the field, looks like.
Legal substitution.
Flag will be a legal substitution against ECS. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous 5.
All right, so like I said, more than 3rd and 5. We go from 3rd and 6 to now 3rd and 11.
And, I mean, we've had, like you said, we've had several of those tonight. We're going to change the play, it looks like. We're going to bring Saunders tight end. He'll come out. We'll bring Epperson in. Keep Williams in.
8 seconds on the play clock.
We're going to get a timeout. No way.
No way.
Coach, he's asking for them to reset it. Now he's going to have to burn a timeout.
Well,
he's protesting, obviously, that they did not reset the play clock following that penalty.
9:01 to go in the second quarter. Eagles up 3-0. That's a Sean Wilkins
State Farm timeout. I see Sean Wilkins in the stands tonight. Right down there. There's actually 2 of them.
Does he have the belt on?
There's 2 Sean discount double check. Call 388-4944. Sean Wilkins State Farm. For the tell them you want the discount double check. You get good driver discounts. You get multi-family, multi-line, multi-car. Don't do the multi-family. That's not an actual discount. You can ask for that. It's not going to happen. Don't ask for that. Multi-car, multi-line. If you have good drivers, there's good driver discounts. There's all kinds of discounts. Because if you do all those things, if you have a good driver, accident-free forgiveness, I've seen, actually, there's these companies coming out bragging about and doing commercials about how they have accident-free forgiveness, like it's something, a big deal.
Yeah. State
Farm's always had accident-free forgiveness. Unfortunately, I've learned that the hard way.
Hatcher deep, looking for Williams. Got him on the 5. Nice play by Williams to bring that in. Hatcher put that pass right on the money. Little play action.
That was
25-yard toss.
That was Dawson going up and hauling that ball in. He wanted it more. But the defender was in good position.
He was. It was really good coverage. Just strong hands by Williams. Bring it in. Nice route. Created a little bit of separation. Well, I tell you what, I sure would like that Austin Hill up the middle, that quick hit that we got 10 on a minute ago. Nice play out Rosenberger off the left side. Brandon, what do you think we're going to go with here to get this last 4 yards?
At the 4.
There's just not been a lot of holes. Their D-line.
Yeah.
So I think they're well prepared for this running attack we have been so good at this year. But Clayton, when I look at it, Harding gave up 33 points to Trezevant. They gave up I'm sorry, they only gave up 6 points to Trezevant. They gave up 26 points to Raleigh Egypt. They gave up 20 points to Bolivar Central, 26 to St. George's. I'm sorry, they gave up 56 points to St. George's when they lost to St. George's. But they've given up against North Point. They gave up 21 points. Against First Assembly, they gave up 2 touchdowns. So they have given up some points. However, I will say that they have been good defensively. They've not given up. Certainly as many points as we're averaging 30 points a game, and they've not given up 30 points except to Lausanne. They gave up 49 points to Lausanne. They gave up 56 points to St. George's. So those 2 games, that's it.
Brandon, what happened to sorry, Britton.
Just seemed to be, pardon me, Britton, just some confusion on what set, and they've settled on a set that they call Talon right now, so they're going to try to get out. They just wanted to make sure that they have the right personnel. There does seem to be some consistent confusion throughout this possession, and we've seen it on display, but they want to make sure they get this right on 3rd down.
Austin Hill, a little Wildcat. Oh, man, wow, we had that set up perfectly. Look at Harding at a last-second timeout. Coach came on the field. He's had not recognized that set. Hatcher was split out to the right. Had a quick snap to Austin Hill. Boy, there was you could drive a fire truck through that hole also.
Well, then that play is probably going to work at some point. Yeah, we have had a lot of penalties tonight, and yet we're still moving this ball down the field, chewing up a lot of clock in this second quarter. But we have had a lot of penalties, and a lot of them have been 10-plus yard kind of penalties.
Yeah. 7:13 to go in this second quarter. Eagles on top 3-0. We've got Pennington, Hartsuff, Tingley, Giles, and Kroll. That front 5. Eden Saunders, tight end right. Preston Daniel.
They were going for the quarterback sneak there. Came up short. But set up a 4th and inches at the goal line.
Yeah, I believe we'll push repeat on that one. Hatcher's about 6'3", sophomore. He'll probably.
Coach Rod loves the quarterback sneak. Expect to see this again.
He's in.
Touchdown Eagles. Jacob Hatcher in from 1. 6:35 to go. Your Eagles up 9-0. We'll bring Chandler Karn in for the extra point. Taylor, if we can grab one more score, I think you're going to see these. We've consistently stopped them. Our defenses play really tough, so I'd look for them to begin to slow down, lose some confidence. That defense will get tired. Harding's defense, that is.
Well, I don't see how Harding without their best player. I've not seen him on the field. Have you seen him yet? Yeah, I don't see Harding without Tyler Moore, how they're going to be able to put together the kind of offense that they're going to need against this tough Eagle defense. This same defense we talked about shut out Arlington last week without their best player. This defensive line is really tough. Our offensive line has been consistent. That's been one of the strengths, as we talked about in pregame, of our team this year. Just the line, great size, great push that we get out of both sides offense. Good rush on the defensive side and a good push offensively.
Karn once again almost out of the end zone. Great kick. Tell you what, the last drive by the Eagles had a couple great passes by Hatcher, one to Gagnon on the right side, and that nice throw to Williams on the left. So nice to see us put together some runs and some passes.
We've got Sean Wilkins, State Farm, in the booth with us tonight. Go, Sean Wilkins, hubba hubba. If I heard hubba hubba one time when I was on the field from the stands, I heard it 1,000 times, and I knew that meant one thing: Sean Wilkins was in attendance.
Not much. Preston Daniel coming in from that outside linebacker to wrap him up. Get some help in there from Saunders, Lockhart. That front three, Giles, Hartsuff, and Kroll. Second down and 9. Young, your quarterback. Austin Hill wraps him up, not before a first down, or almost a first down. They'll mark it a little short, looks like, Brandon, don't you think?
Yeah, it's going to be about a couple feet short, just less than a yard.
Yeah, sizing it up over here on the sideline, just looking straight down on it. It is it's less than a yard. Right at it though.
We had a little movement in the backfield, looked like.
Oh. He got the first, but they had a shot at him in the backfield. Could have bottled him up.
Well, for them to be able to move the ball tonight, you're going to see Miles doing double duty, really, at quarterback, but then also they're going to have to change their formations to give him a chance to run the ball, because he's their second leading rusher with 361 yards rushing. Passing, he's passed for 8 TDs, over 400 yards this year. Only 1 interception so far, 8 TDs and 1 interception passing.
Oh, nice play. Zachary Brooks coming up from that corner position.
Zachary almost pinned that guy about 3 yards deep.
Didn't get the tackle, but certainly disrupted it enough that we caught up to him. Second down and 8. Dietrich Pennington going to come into that left defensive tackle and take the place of Kroll. We'll flip Giles over to the right side. Gain of about 5. Nice play by Harding. Just same quarterback draw off the left side. We're not even playing with a free safety. That'll bring down third down and short. We're probably looking at a long 4. We'll see if Coach Vogel brings some pressure. Coach Scott Vogel, defensive back coach. Coach Trey Adams, linebacker coach. Yeah, here comes Saunders. Nice play.
Ball came loose.
Ball loose. Ethan Saunders recovers for the Eagles. Dietrich Pennington, nice hit. Boy, Evan Lockhart came up from that strong side middle linebacker, that Mike linebacker, and laid a nice hit on him. Epperson, that was Epperson in from strong safety.
Epperson's the one that knocked the ball loose. You had 4 Eagles in on that play, but Epperson's the one that knocked the ball loose. So a great field position. 3 minutes left in the second quarter. 3:05 on the clock.
Second turnover. Second turnover for Harding. We'll see if we can capitalize and get 7. I'll tell you what, we've had just some confusion.
Well, the referee sent Austin out of the game because he was adjusting a pad, the head referee. So he was a little aggressive, honestly. Austin was just, it looked like he was just adjusting a pad. I don't know.
Boy, try to slip Preston Daniel down a seam route. And nice pass by Welch, just well covered. Couldn't quite haul it in. Love the play call, 2:59 to go.
I'm watching the replay. Why the guy sent Austin Hill out? It's almost like Austin's a marked man because he got that personal foul. He's the guy that's aggressive defensively. They don't like the decleaters that he's good at. And so I'm not sure what was going on there. You could have a little bias against him.
Boy, nice air, Austin Hill. Oh, my word, nice catch by Hill.
He'll be down at the 1 yard line.
How about that? Boy, I'd love to see that nice pass by Welch. Got some nice air under it.
I think he got the pad fixed.
Yeah, I think he did, Brandon. Good point.
Looks like his pads are okay now. Yeah, well, it's like right at the half-yard line.
Yeah, his knee went down just before the ball, watching the replay, crossed the line. Well, what a great catch.
We feeling like a quarterback sneak, fellas?
What do you think the chances are? Less than a yard?
Yes, sir.
2 for 2 on that.
Boy, that's the best play we've had all night. There we go. We tried to go up, and we did. 17-0, 2:26 to go in this second quarter. I love the play call there. We ran actually 2 tight ends on both of those pass plays. So, I mean, I'm sure they thought we'd put the ball in the air, but with 2 tight ends, you have to respect the run. And we put the ball up, especially the Hill, who we don't throw much to very often.
No. I love the effectiveness of the passing game. There's no way Harding has prepared really well for the run. That's obvious. They've done a good job shutting the run down, but they're not going to be able to shut the run and the pass, and now we're seeing that. As we're successful in the passing game, obviously that always opens up the chances to run. Right. Pulls those linebackers back out of the box a little bit. Great to see the passing game be successful.
Great student section tonight. Macon Mafia in the house. Got the push-up board. That's 17 they just knocked out. We'll see if we can't get that number up to about 35 tonight.
We're averaging 31 points a game on the season. 31 points. And in the first half, we have 17, so we're on pace for.
Where's Austin? Austin!
Kicking off for the Eagles, Chandler Garvin.
All right, so 3 more touchbacks tonight to add to the 31 he had coming into the game. I think that's right. I think it puts him at 34 touchbacks.
University of Central Arkansas is going to love to have him kick off for them next year for sure. Brandon, I'm sure you're on the sideline there. What we're seeing is kind of a shift in, I guess, the game plan. Kind of switch from the run, instead of the run setting up the pass, we're looking at the pass set up the run.
Well, kind of what you were talking about already about Harding obviously prepared for the run game, and you're seeing the adjustments that Coach Rodriguez is making. Certainly trying to go over the top on that last pass as we saw the completion to Austin Hill. So they're being a little more aggressive through the air, and unless Harding does something to combat it effectively, I think we can expect to see more of the same.
I'm just looking at it. I mean, Brandon's down on the sidelines. I mean, this is big-time Eagle Network, ECS Eagle Sports. This is Clayton Floriani, producer, director, engineer. Brandon, what else do you call these guys?
Let's go program director, executive producer, camera operator.
Hey, keep it coming. I love it.
Digital content expert.
Big deal. He's just a big deal.
Is he Slash? He's just Slash. Every title
right.
Slash.
Ball, fumble and snap.
Austin Hill in on that again.
Boy, great job by the Harding player getting the ball off. I couldn't see. Was it? So they've switched quarterbacks. That was Malik Young, who's been the backup quarterback this year. He's thrown 3 touchdowns for 237 yards, 14 of 33 on the year. He's thrown 3 touchdowns but 2 interceptions versus Miles Neely, whom he was just throwing to there. Miles Neely had 8 touchdowns coming into this game with only 1 interception. So Miles is definitely the more effective passer, but with their leading running back out, Miles is going to have to probably find himself back in the receiving corps for the rest of the night, possibly even at tailback.
1:34 to go. Harding putting the ball in the air.
Good catch. That ball was almost picked off.
We got a flag in the backfield. We'll see what the call is. Looks like we're going to be on Harding. We'll back that. That'll negate that play.
Well, Jacob Epperson had a chance to intercept that ball. He almost came away with it.
Illegal receiver downfield, so that's coming back.
Good.
That penalty will be 5 yards from the previous spot. We'll replay third down.
Well, credit the quarterback got the ball in there really into double coverage. He was well covered.
3rd down, 13. 1:23 to go. Stick around. Right before half, we'll get kind of closing remarks from Coach Rodriguez going into the half. Excuse me. We'll kind of see what kind of adjustments he made. Boy, nice tackle. Carson Gagnon came up and got him down. 4th down and probably 6 to 7.
Taken by Dawson Williams, Jacob Epperson.
50 seconds to go and counting.
We got a timeout called by Harding. That's the Lions' 3rd and final timeout.
34 seconds to go. Timeout Harding. Stick around at halftime. Also, Brandon Artilles, our sideline reporter, is going to talk a little bit about the new wrestling program that they've started at the lower school. Brandon was a wrestler in high school, big-time wrestler in high school. I think a state champion.
So-called.
So-called? Well, I've heard more than so-called.
Wait. You were a state champion?
State champion.
What kind of weight was this? It certainly wasn't a heavyweight.
It's 189. I'm 20 pounds lighter.
You were 189 in high school?
I deflated. Deflate gate. That's what happened to my body.
Deflate gate. That's what you wrestlers do, though. You lose like 25 pounds in a week.
I lose 20 pounds, just on a weekend. It's no big deal. Then I'll gain it right back. That's the fun part.
Yeah, I'm sure Heather loves that.
But that's what we call in the broadcast industry a tease. That was a solid tease, Clayton. I cannot wait to tell everybody about the history we're going to make with the wrestling program here at ECS.
We look forward to hearing about it. That's great.
Boy, good job by Peter not taking out the punter. He almost got a hand on the ball again. Putting good pressure on him. That was a decent punt by Harding, certainly better than the last punt.
All right, this is going to be exciting. 27 seconds to go. Ball on the ECS 49. We're going to bring Hatcher in. We'll no doubt go deep, probably 3 long strikes, and see if we can't put one more score up before halftime.
This is one of those moments where I'm sure they wish they had some timeouts. No timeouts remaining for the Eagles right now.
We'll play action pass. Hatcher looking deep for Williams. Got him on the 10. What a strike to Williams down to the 10. Or just a deep post. Boy, that's just man-to-man.
Well, they ran another second off the clock. How'd they do that? Clock's running with 14,
Chains
13,
are not set. The chains
12.
are not set. It should not be running.
Oh, they're inside the 10-yard line. So I guess because they're inside the 10. I didn't see that either. I wondered why they weren't set. So 10.9 seconds on the clock. We know you can't see the clock at home. We tried. It's amazing how brand new computer, brand new laptop, brand new program, brand new everything, and yet for all of a sudden tonight it just wouldn't work.
I know.
All right, 10.9 seconds left on the clock. Second down and 8 on the 8. Play clock at 10.
Hatcher quarterback, McMeans to his left, Williams at the bottom, Gagnon up top. Well, whoa, wow. That is a flag,
Pass interference.
Dawson Williams is incomplete. It's also a flag on play.
8.2 seconds left on the clock.
That flag is pass interference.
Pass interference, that'll be half the distance to the goal.
To the goal. For replay, second down.
8 seconds to go, second down and 4.
Second and goal. At the 4.
You still got to pass because if you get tackled, you're done. So,
Yeah, no timeouts left, so
you know, for half the distance to the goal doesn't really help you as the field starts to compress in the passing game.
these guys are going to man. We'll see if we can slip a tight end out. Had a double pump, couldn't quite get to him. Just tough coverage on Williams. 3.5 seconds to go. We'll bring in Chandler Karn.
Yeah, they're going to take the easy 3 here.
An incomplete pass brings up third and goal.
Kick is up and good for Karn. That'll end the first half. Your Eagles up 20-0. We'll get a word with Coach Rodriguez here as he leaves the field. Brandon, go ahead.
All right, I got Coach Rodriguez here. Obviously, a feeling out period there in the first half, but you got 20 on the board. What adjustments did you make?
Well, you know, they're playing a lot of man coverage, and so they're encouraging us to throw the ball, and so we had to do some of that the first half. You know, I think we were not our sharpest. We look like a team who's been on fall break, so we got to get that squared away in the second half.
What's your message to the players? Some mental errors. What are you going to say to them in the locker room?
We got to stay positive. You have a positive mindset. You got to have. I mean, it's all about attitude and effort, and we've got to stay positive. So I think that's the biggest thing. We've got to get that straight.
Coach Rodriguez, good luck in the second half.
Thanks, Brandon. You know, if we kind of play out that first period of play, you have to be happy with 20 points on the board. Now, if you saw the game, it was a different 20 points. We got those, you know, these, 2 turnovers. We capitalized on those as well, but it was kind of
turnovers were big in this first half of play.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it is our privilege to induct a new class into the ECS Hall of Honor. In the school year 2012-13, ECS initiated the ECS Hall of Honor, and it has inducted 6 classes. The ECS Hall of Honor is centered around.
So Clayton, they're working on the ECS Hall of Honor right now.
And that's the basis for the Hall of Honor. The criteria for being recommended includes 10 years of
I wanted to give a word on Michelle Reagan. She's in the lower school. They're in charge of selling these fundraiser, these PTF bracelets that are being sold. So this is the last home game. So if anyone is out there, and obviously you're at home, you may not be here in the stadium, but if you are in the stadium listening to the game, those bracelets are on sale. This is the last night to do that. So take advantage of those bracelets for the PTF. Don't forget also tonight is the Home Run Derby. Britton, are we ready?
No, it's actually it's delayed.
Okay.
Sorry, it was delayed because of the anticipated rain.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah, I was ready. Yeah, ready as I'll ever be. Ready to pull a hamstring.
Yeah, shoulder.
Yeah, ready to get injured. There's nothing like hitting a baseball. Nothing like taking a fastball deep. It's just about as good as it gets.
Yeah.
So,
Brandon, we're going to kind of pan you here just a second. Give me just a minute here. We're going to come right down on you. Tell us a little bit about the wrestling program and what you have started there.
Thank you, Clayton, and just really excited to be able to offer wrestling now at ECS. And as you alluded to earlier, I had the privilege of wrestling in high school and continuing my career in college. So it's a sport that I love, and I owe so much of who I am today to the values and the lessons that I learned from that sport. So I'm excited to be able to bring that and be a part of bringing it here to ECS. So it's, like I said, it's a sport that's near and dear to my heart. And I'm so grateful for the athletic leadership here and the leadership here at the school. When I proposed the idea, now at this rate, probably just a year and a half ago, I was never met with, well, why? It was always an attitude of why not? Of course, let's try to explore this and see what we can do. And I'm so grateful for our athletic director and head football coach Jonas Rodriguez, as well as lower school middle athletic director Kate Foy, rolling up their sleeves and trying to make this a reality. And I did not know it was going to be happening as soon as it did, but I'm just so excited that this is what's going to be happening, that we're going to be having our first practice next Wednesday, October 24th at 4 o'clock at the lower school. So, and we're going to start it in the lower school programs right now, offering to senior K through fifth graders, and with the ultimate goal, we want to have it K through 12 in short order. But then we're going to get started with the lower grades, and we're excited to be able to offer that to some of the student athletes. Just another arrow in ECS's quiver to offer student athletes an opportunity to participate and represent the Eagles and make the school proud.
Well, that's great. I'm not very familiar with wrestling. We did not have that at my high school. So what when you say we're going to get together and practice, we're going to get this going, what does that look like?
Well, I'll just put it to you this way. Wrestling, I feel like I'm in the way here. I'm going to move out of the way. It may mess up your camera shot. But what it boils down to with wrestling, it taps into, I would say, the most natural, inclinations of us. With one of the first things a boy does or any child does, they're going to start wrestling with their siblings or wrestling with the people around you. So I just think it's, and you're going to see a lot of that. And of course, I'm going to try to put some order to it. So I'm excited to be a part about that. Now, you did mention your background. I know you're coming from Mississippi. We're trying hard to get wrestling in Mississippi, but it's tough to get it down there. Not many schools have it down there, but we're excited about being able to bring it here. I was blessed to come from a program in Nashville, Father Ryan High School, and we have a rich wrestling tradition over there. Several state championships as a team, and I've always, since I've been having my children here, I've always had the dream of being able to offer that sport here, and I'm just excited about doing it. But we'll learn the basics. I want it to be, kind of an introduction to the sport, and we'll learn the basics about it with the intention of laying a solid foundation and building on that moving forward. So I'm looking forward to it. I have a fifth grader at the lower school, Joey Artilles, and I'm a senior kindergarten, Sutton Artilles. And I was joking, we're going to have some of the Rodriguez boys out there between their kids and my guys. We'll have a pretty solid foundation to get started with. But I do want to thank some of the parents that have kind of given us their support already. Davis and Jennifer Gordon, they're going to have their sons Cooper and Paxton Gordon out there. Coors and Shelley Arthur are going to have their son Wright out there. He's a third grader. We're just excited about, I mentioned the Rodriguez, so we're just very excited to be able to have this program at the school now. And I want anybody who's listening, please join us for our first practice Wednesday, October 24th. If you're K through fifth grade, and you know what? If you're beyond that, if you're in the upper school, we're going to find a way. That's the attitude around here. We're going to find a way to make this happen. So if there's any interest at the upper school, we'd love to have them in the room.
Yeah, that's great. Tell me a little bit about I guess, are they tournaments? You have these wrestling tournaments, and I guess they have those for elementary age, or is that something you're having to put together as well?
Well, that's going to be a part of it. Fortunately, we can lean on other schools and already programs that are established in the area. So there's going to be tournaments and invitationals at Christian Brothers, Collierville High School, Houston High School. And again, we're not going to be competing at the high school level, but their programs all have youth programs that we're going to be able to be competing against. And that's, you mentioned the tournaments, and tournaments, that's kind of an individual competition, and there is a team component built into that where you keep a team score as well as how an individual progresses through a tournament, and then you have dual meets, and we're not going to be quite there yet, but there are dual meets where you have teams go one-on-one versus each other, just going up through the weight classes. And that's what I love about the sport. Is one of the factors that I love about it is you get the best of both worlds. You get a team sport and you have an individual sport where you are not only kind of developing self-reliance and discipline and work ethic about making sure you are in your peak condition when you go and step out on the mat and ready to compete, and you're taking responsibility for yourself, but also you're accountable to other guys in the wrestling room, and they're only going to be as good as their practice partner. And I think that's one of those. So that's the team aspect of it. Ironing sharpen iron, Proverbs 27. So your iron is sharpening iron in the wrestling room, and just making everybody better. So, and again, there's never been. Like we were talking about, I'm blessed to have won a state championship. 2001 does not seem as recent as it used to. So that's ancient history now, but there's never been a state champion by himself. Nobody's ever won state on a team of one. So you need a team of guys that are pushing you and demanding the most out of you. Yeah. And so we just hope to cultivate that here. And again, the program, the sports history and programs already offered here at ECS are so rich and so fantastic. So we're blessed to just be able to add this to the repertoire.
Definitely. I've got you on the camera, by the way. But what is that? Is that normally a fall sport, or is it normally a spring sport?
It's a winter sport, and some would say, hey, if you're not good enough to play basketball, come wrestle. I think that we're better athletes than that, but hey, if you don't like playing basketball, or basketball's not for you, there's a place for you in the wrestling room. So yes, it's a winter sport. And it's obviously indoors, so you can stay warm during the winter while competing. But yeah, so it's going to be going on there. And so, yeah, this is kind of the ramp up. This is when practices kind of begin in a traditional, typical wrestling season. So we're going to get the practices started here at the end of October. And our season probably won't go through mid-February, which is kind of where the high school season runs through. We'll probably wrap it up sometime in January. But, we have a good 3-month stretch there. And my idea is to keep it minimal commitment. I'll mention the word free. Everybody likes free, so it's free to participate in the program. So we're going to have obviously the wrestling offered there at the lower school for in a minimal commitment where we're going to do a practice a week. I would like to offer a second practice to some of the older guys who want to get some more experience in there and get sharpened up.
I mentioned that we did not have it in high school, and we didn't, but I do remember in off-season football, we would go through the winter and be in fairly good shape, weight-wise and conditioning, and then we would add an element of wrestling just amongst our team that the coaches would do. And boy, I tell you what, we would have guys dropping like flies, throwing up, and it's amazing the conditioning that you need to have to wrestle. So I'm sure Coach Rodriguez saw that as an extra component, even to add to even the football program, or just to add an element, like you said, overall developing a player.
Well, you hit the nail on the head. That's been a big part of the conversations I've had with Coach Rodriguez. He does see the benefit of having, especially for some of his football players that maybe they're not playing basketball or maybe they're idle during the winter season. It gives them something perhaps to do. And to your point about the conditioning, it's just a great resource for athletes to get in better shape and stay in really good shape. And then you just think about the components that are at play in wrestling when you're talking about leverage, agility, speed, quickness, and those kind of things. Those are going to continue to be exercised and refined through wrestling. And I mean, that's where I think Coach Rodriguez does see the benefits, especially maybe for some of his bigger guys, some offensive linemen, defensive linemen. I tell you what, I've seen a lot of guys, and if I could get Austin Hill on a wrestling mat, I don't know what that guy's up to in the winter. I think there's plenty of talent out there.
Yeah,
I'm kind of like I'd love to get those guys out and just see what they're capable of, even if they're don't have a lot of experience. But there is, at the end of the day, there is that will. There's that will and that just kind of that fight that's inside of you, and it's all heart and grit. And you can do all the training and be technically sound, but that's one of my favorite parts about the sport is that at some point in every match, it just comes down to heart.
Yeah.
And are you going to respond? Are you going to respond to the discomfort? Are you going to respond to the challenge and the adversity and overcome it?
Yeah, great. Well, man, we appreciate you sharing about that. We look forward to hearing more about it, and I'm sure we will as we hopefully make this little playoff run ourselves. We'll kind of catch up with you as we go. So thank you for filling us in, and we'll take a little break here. This PDG, Pediatric Dental Group halftime show, Pediatric Dental Group and Orthodontics, and we'll be back in a few minutes to get this second half started. 2:32 left to go.
Sporting events here at the school. The proud parents of 3 ECS graduates, 2001. 2004, and Ware, 2011. Although there were many wins in his career, at some point he never let you lose the most. Friendships, relationships, an opportunity to impact him in his outdoor playing over his career. The four players would come back into town and stop by Dallas Fort just to see Coach Dow. Those are the things that mean the most. Ladies and gentlemen,
Looks like we're back here, second half action. Brandon Artilles with you with Clayton Floriani and Britton Wilkins. Opening kickoff for the ECS Eagles.
Looks like we're going to start off with Joseph Welch. We'll get that rotation going back just like we started the first quarter.
Clayton, I'm back. I took a break. First,
Clayton didn't give me a break.
Well, hey, you're a rookie. You gotta pay your dues, man. You gotta earn
stripes.
I've done. You did a good job, though. I heard that. I'm excited about the wrestling program too, Brandon.
It's not
That's
too late.
Really exciting.
It's for senior K and fifth graders and guys that graduated in the 90s.
That's right.
So
that fits me. I would clearly be in the heavyweight division. When I graduated high school, I weighed 210. And now I'm right at 230. So I've only put on. You lost 20 pounds. I found it.
Oh, you get okay.
I found it.
They took that for me. Thanks.
But
man.
I'm lighter than I was in college. So, I lost enough muscle in college that I've lost a little weight. So. Great run, that's the Rosenberger that we know. Oh, he stayed in bounds. Cameron, great run by Cameron, picks up 40-plus yards, about 40 yards on that. Maybe 35 yards. Brandon, I'm filling in for Clayton for a second, which is why you don't hear that good announcing. This is why you're getting kind of this random announcing coming in. That's just because it's just me right now.
Give us that smooth delivery, Britton. Give the people what they want.
Well, Brandon, I'm just going to do the best job I can. Eagles lone back set. Two receivers out the bottom of the screen. Rosenberger up the middle on the handoff. That's the smash mouth power football we know at Legends Field. There's a flag on the play. Not exactly sure. Could you tell what that was, Brandon?
No, I couldn't tell. I mean, it was definitely at the point of where Rosenberger went down. Paul Ellis was blocking somebody.
Could be a face mask, maybe? No, they're marching it.
It's going back against the Eagles. Spot of the foul. So it looks like
I was giving you my radio voice, and I missed the whole penalty. I didn't see what they played. I was so focused on giving you my radio voice. You asked for it, so I gave it to you. That's all I got, man.
It's what the people want.
That's all I got. That's not what the people want from me. All right, Means in the backfield, offset to the left. Got Dawson and Gagnon down, little receiver screen.
Looks like they got the yardage back.
Well, good job by Carson on the block. He really was almost blocking two guys. That's that play, Brandon, we talk about in just week in and week out, trying to get the ball to Dawson Williams and finding different ways to get him the ball. And that was one of those plays right there. We've seen a couple tonight. That's one of them, that quick receiver screen. And then also the handoff or the pitch as he comes around the backfield. Two plays that Coach Rodriguez has put in during the season to try to give Dawson some more chances.
Well, no doubt that he's a playmaker, and you want to try to get him the ball in space. And Coach Rodriguez is going to try to, find any way possible to get the ball in number 4's hands. But then Matthew McMeans, he's proven to be very, very dependable throughout this entire stretch of the season. We talked about the injuries at the beginning of the year. Great to see Cameron Rosenberger back out there. But with Matthew McMeans, it's like you've now discovered that you have 2 potent backs that are going to carry you into the playoffs. So it's been great to see both those guys and see what the offense is capable of with both those guys in action.
Yeah, you're right. Great to have Rosenberger and McMeans. So that brings up a Sean Wilkins State Farm timeout. The play clock was running out. I know you can't see the clock from home, but there's 8:59 left on the clock, and the play clock was running out. Coach Rodriguez called timeout. So I'm going to take this opportunity, guys. It's a Sean Wilkins State Farm timeout, but I'm going to take that opportunity since Sean Wilkins was the parent and is now a grandparent of a cheerleader. I'm going to call out the cheerleaders.
That's a great idea. Let's hear
Clayton's back. I did my best Clayton imitation, and let me just tell you, when you're gone, you're really missed.
Oh, man. So, I'll leave more often.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'll appreciate you more. I already appreciate you. So, cheerleaders, Tierra Allen, Campbell Butcher, Kerrigan Childress, Claire Colley, Savannah Coombs, Lane Dawson, Mia Floriani, Gabby Genero, Holly Huffman, Taylor Huffman, Ashlyn Kimler, and we'll take a break there. Clayton, I'll pick it up here in just a minute.
We're going to go Twins, top of your screen, Gagnon and Williams. Quick look to Williams, double slant. He'll get in. Touchdown, Dawson Williams.
Made to order. Dawson Williams, that's what he was lobbying for on the sideline. He was telling Coach that was there.
Well, that's a great play call. We've run that a couple times this year, that double slant. In fact, you remember that's the play he scored on at Lausanne, Brandon.
Yep. And he took that a little bit further. I think they took that more than 60 yards.
Yeah, he did.
Tighter real estate to work with there. Result the same, though.
Chandler Carr in once again for the extra point. Nice leg. That'll push it to 27-0. 8:52 to go. Eagles shut out so far. But real quick, I wanted to say thank you to our sponsors once again. Helm Holcomb, Bill Edwards, Chandler Gagnon, and Barrett Jones of Strategic Financial, Ortho Memphis. Of course, David Dabbs and Jen Dorman on our team here is getting our players healthy, which has been so crucial here. I think about Cameron Rosenberger. I think about Cody Ashmore. I think about Alan Bowden. Just a lot of names that they're taking care of. Benny James, Darren Wilkes, Air Conditioning and Appliances. Thank you, Darren, so much. Bank 3, Scott House. A name very familiar here at ECS. Thank you, Scott, for coming alongside us. Compliance Associates, Tim Wilson, great guy. I tell you what, the Ortho Memphis working on getting Tim's son back. Garrett's been out for a little while. And of course, State Farm, Sean Wilkins, Styles Law Firm, of course, and also Pediatric Dental Group and Orthodontics. So,
did we miss a Styles Law Firm touchdown tonight?
I wasn't going to call anybody out, but
we have.
But you just did. Thanks a lot, Brandon.
Yes.
Well, I wasn't going to call anybody. What
changed?
What changed? You weren't going to, but then too soon for a rookie. That's right, rookie. You pipe down. Hey, we'll let you know when we need something from you, okay?
Well, can I give you something real quick?
Give me something.
Okay. It's just worth making the point, the trust that Coach Rodriguez has in his players and vice versa. Dawson Williams called for that. He said it's open, it's there, and Coach Rodriguez responded to that, gave him the opportunity, and sure enough, it was there. So just great cohesion. Interested to know what they said during some firm encouragement from Coach Rodriguez in the locker room, I'm sure, to get these guys focused to come out in the second half and play a little bit better than they did in the first.
Well, same play we've seen probably 6 or 7 times tonight off the left side, pick up about 6 or 7. Tough to stop. Yeah, nice to see Joseph West delivering that strike to Williams as well. Dietrich Pennington, left defensive tackle. Josh Hartsuff. Josh Kroll rounding out that front 3 in that 3-4 defense. Second down and 3. Same play, off tackle, left side.
think he can be about a yard short.
Hearts up on top.
Yeah, Brandon, thanks for that insight as to talking about the exchange between Dawson and Coach Rodriguez. You know, I mean, truthfully, that's good information. That's great to know. Your coach, as you said, has that kind of trust in his players, and that helps the coaches when a player says, "Coach, I'm open," it's there, and it's a guy who you know, when you get the ball to him, can do something with it. It's great to have players that are tuned in, that are asking. I mean, that helps the coaches. They can't watch every player on every play. It's impossible. So, and that's information we wouldn't know if we didn't have Brandon Artilles.
Absolutely.
We need a sponsor for the Sideline Reporter. I think it's that valuable.
I think we do.
That's coming.
Maybe My Town Heroes or something. I don't know. My Town Movers.
My Town Miracles.
My Town Miracles.
My Town
That's
Roofing.
it.
That has a good ring to it.
Yeah. Tell us, Brandon. Tell us about My Town Miracles. Tell us about. Truthfully, tell us what you're doing.
Oh well, again, it's just a privilege that I've been able to be executive director for a nonprofit organization. That we simply exist to share Christ's love for children through compassion, and we identify kids, through some ministry and nonprofit partners, and we just want to elevate them out of unstable and insecure environments, and so that's kind of the heartbeat of what we do, and it's just to bring glory to God.
Well, that's fantastic. Ball came loose. I think they may call him down. It's possible
Evan Lockhart came up from that strong side inside linebacker and just put a pop on him. Ball broke loose, but Harding was able to get on top of it.
I think his right knee was down. It's possible. It's too close to call. But, well, Brandon, thanks for sharing that with us. Glad to have you guys in.
You're welcome. Thank you for
Absolutely.
We're big fans of
providing me the opportunity.
We're big fans of Noel Fenderson, so you're a classy guy you're with. So.
Amen. Great man. Great man.
2nd down and 8. Same play off tackle, quarterback keep. He'll pick up almost 10. He'll be
like he got a first down
there. Right at the marker. We'll see how they spot it. 6:07 to go in this third quarter. Your Eagles up 27-0.
Well, that's a matter of them putting the ball in their playmakers' hands.
Preston Daniel, number 33, coming out. Rosenberger will take his place at that outside linebacker position. Like we said earlier, I'm glad to see Rosenberger in on defense. That means that ankle is, fully healed, I would say. I know he has it taped up, but.
Well, it helped having an off week during fall break. We give him one more week to get healthy.
I'm not sure the last game we saw Rosenberger in. USJ wasn't in.
I don't remember. Let's see.
BGA.
Let's see. It may have been First Assembly. Would that have been the last game? We saw him in Webb. We saw him. Did we see him in Hillcrest?
He came out here. I remember him coming out at home.
He was in the St. George's game.
St. George's. Okay, that was the last home game.
That's it. You're right, Brandon.
You're talking about.
3rd down, 6.
First down.
Tell you what, they have taken the ball and put it right on Malik Young's shoulders and said, hey, take us down the field.
Let me take another minute. I didn't finish the cheerleaders a minute ago. So Taylor Huffman, Ashlyn Kimmler, Kate Learned, Celie Ozier, Mary Virginia Rowland, Reagan Shackelford, Lauren Stevens, Evelyn Vanderswag, and Addison Whitehorn. That's the rest of your cheerleaders. And then Melissa Amons and Ashley Colley, the teacher coaches, sponsors. So we appreciate the hard work of our cheerleaders.
1st and 10. I'm at the Eagle 49. Botch snap, not going to get much. Hartsuff on the tackle, nose guard. 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, Clayton, I talked to Darren Wilkes at Benny James because, of course, he was in my house again this week since I have a heater that went out. Congratulations. But I asked him, is anybody taking you up on the $100 off discount, first person to call? And not yet.
Young looking to pass. Boy, great play. Jacob Epperson up to draw the ball loose. That'll be incomplete, bring up third down. Young looking deep, couldn't quite find anyone.
Great reaction by Jacob.
Nice pressure by Lockhart. Gagnon almost got it.
As the ball hit the receiver's hands, Jacob laid a lick on him and knocked the ball loose. A great reaction, response by him. Jacob flies all over the field. I mean, he's in almost every play.
He's a great ball player. Not a big guy, but just gritty. Be a good wrestler for you, Brandon.
I got my eye on him.
Young once again. There you go. Epperson up to trip him up. That'll bring up fourth down and probably 4. We'll see what the Lions do, if they'll go for it. I'm sure they will, being down 27, 3:55 to go in the third quarter. I'll look for that same off-tackle play to the left.
Brandon Jacobs, 5'9", 162 senior. So that, I don't know what class, weight division you're going to work with there, but that's 5'9", 162.
Looks like the Eagles showing a little blitz. Coach Trey Adams going to bring some pressure. I tell you what, looked like he snuck through just a hair to pick up the first down. Austin Hill a little frustrated. He was right there, but he cut up and couldn't quite get off his block in time. He certainly turned it in.
Harding, they are moving the ball down the field, having some success on this drive, but that clock keeps ticking.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that. Yeah, go ahead, Brandon.
No, take it from there.
I was going to say you're exactly right. I mean, they keep running the ball. They're just not going to have enough time to mount much of a comeback.
Ooh.
Boy, nice throwing catch by Young. I mean, Nern was in position, just like he just jumped a little too early.
He was going for the big play. Just at my vantage point right here on the sideline, he was going for the big play, and it, like you said, just kind of maybe misjudged the timing of the jump.
Harding takes the ball to the Eagle, 9-yard line. That's good for a first down. First to go, Lions.
We're giving our engineers, our camera guys, a little grief up here.
Tell you what, Young looks like he might try to take that in down to about the 1.
Well, what's happened, passing wise, number 8, Miles Neely, their lead quarterback. I mentioned 8 touchdowns and only 1 interception. They're having to use him at receiver because their star, Tyler Moore, their number 1 receiver, 200 yards on the season. Also, their leading rusher is not in the game. So they've had to take their starting quarterback and move him to receiver, and you're seeing the effect of that.
That's going to be a touchdown for Harding.
Touchdown.
So with 1:22 to go in the third, Harding finally gets on the board. Nice drive all the way down. That's a consistent, but just ran so much time off the clock. One nice long pass was completed.
Looks like the Lions may have too many men on the field.
Looks like a legal substitution on Harding.
Yeah, they rushed somebody in after they broke the huddle.
Mm-hmm.
Clayton, have we decided where we're going tonight? We need to bring Brandon in on this.
This isn't one of those rookie buys deals, is it?
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That is a great idea.
Let's play credit card roulette tonight.
Yeah, and your credit card's the only one on the table, Brandon.
We'll
all the rookies are going to put their cards out.
We'll put 3 cards down. They're all yours.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're going to get 3 of your credit cards.
I'm gonna have to talk to my wife. Hey, honey.
You know what? I will only get a large tonight. I will not get the usual extra large.
Well, with Artilles with us, he can cut weight so fast with wrestling. I mean, we're going to go for the big. I mean, like the banana splits, not a little.
We're going big.
I will tell you all the secrets of weight cutting.
Yes,
I will. Hey, as long as you eat the banana split with a sauna suit on, it just melts right off of you.
As long as you shed all the water weight, you're fine.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
All right. Well,
supposedly,
that's what I'm going to tell Teresa. Babe, Brandon said it's no big deal. Just put this suit on. I'm fine. So Brandon, the deal is they're going to be offsides. So the deal is it's either Sonic, Freddy's, or Sheridan's.
But tonight is donut night. It
is donut night.
Whoa, donut night.
They talked about having donuts on the field, Gibson's Donuts on the field after the game, since the last home game.
Wow.
So if that's the case, that's a good point, Clay. I'm out on ice cream. I can't. I'm 44. I can't do both.
You can't do both.
By the time I eat 3 or 4 donuts.
Oh, you'll be taking a nap.
I'm gonna take a long nap. I hope for like 8 hours would be good. If I could take an 8-hour nap, that would be good. That would be nice.
It's gonna rain tonight anyway. Boy, you could catch up on
a few drops out here.
We got another. Oh, they were blowing the whistle in. Go out of bounds.
Yeah, that's gonna. Well, Dawson Williams gonna see if he can't return it. Boy, nice move.
He might can.
Still on his feet, down to the 45, to the 40, kick out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Dawson Williams picked it up and made something out of nothing.
No flags on the ground. That's one of those things with plays like that develop. I'm always looking for hankies. See if we have a push or a block in the back. You get a great return, and it never fails. There's some cheap little penalty away from the ball. That did not happen. That was not the case. So
Jacob Hatcher, number 2, your quarterback in. He'll take the place of Welch. Still alternating series. 1st and 10, 1:11 to go in the third quarter. Dawson Williams, bottom of your screen. Jacob Epperson, inside slot. Austin Hill on the right side, that H-back. Handoff McMean, stretch play to the right. He'll pick up 1. Same thing, Britton. Tell you what, Harding has taken away that stretch play most of the night.
Harding's taken away a lot of the rushing game tonight. So I give credit to their defensive line, their linebackers. They've got some big, strong athletes out there. You can see some good-looking, linemen, and just athletes in general.
We'll get one more play off before the fourth quarter.
Well, I say Harding has a great man in their athletic director, Kevin Stark.
Yes, sir, Hatcher. Nice run by Hatcher off the left side. Just runs over a Lion. Have not seen that yet tonight, so that'll wrap up this third period of play and pick up a first down. We'll flip the field for this fourth quarter.
Well, I mentioned Kevin Stark, athletic director at Harding, great guy, really just quality, trying to make sure they build a program the right way and have a lot of respect for them and Trent, who runs that school, just a lot of respect for them as a school and what they're trying to accomplish from a Kingdom perspective. So glad to be able to host them tonight. They were very gracious hosts last year when they were hosting us, and we, as you mentioned in the pregame, we were able to really upset them last year.
Yeah.
For where our two programs were at that time.
They were great. Remember, we were trying to get up and running with our Wi-Fi and couldn't get it, and they really were just so gracious to support us doing that.
Yeah, we appreciate how kind they were to us.
Coach Rodriguez kind of assembling the troops down there. I know, Brandon, you're in amongst that. Give us a little lead into this fourth quarter.
Yeah, just a word from Coach Rodriguez getting it. Wants to be aggressive on the attack and really not letting his foot off the gas right now as we open up the fourth quarter with a 20-point lead. And anticipate a throw. Anticipate a throw. He's want to get Jacob Hatcher moving out of the pocket and seeing if something's going to open up down the field.
You know, interesting, we got Peter Nern out here to the right and is the slot. We don't normally see Nern out here with Williams, so definitely a new formation.
He's a backup quarterback, too.
Yep. He's going to go out and get a block. Nice block by Nern. That'll get Williams down to the 12-yard line. Nice throw and catch. A little outside screen.
We got a Harding player down on the sideline.
May have hopefully he just has a cramp.
That's what it looks like. That right leg's locked up pretty well.
We've got a timeout on the field. Timeout for an official timeout for an injury.
Maybe he was trying to cut some weight this past week, didn't get enough fluids.
Gotta eat more bananas. Gotta get that potassium.
Yeah, I heard that a date has as much potassium as like 2 bananas. A date.
But those are so tiny.
They are, but they're just packed in potassium. I don't know.
This dude's in agony.
That's sideline reporting.
That is it. The in-depth sideline reporting you were looking for.
This guy's hurting.
He is.
You've had a cramp in your calf.
Oh yeah.
Mine happened in the middle of the night.
That's right. The worst is the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Is that already happening to you? I thought you were younger than me. Aren't you younger than me?
I'm not gonna listen. I'm already in trouble. I already like called you out on something. I'm the rookie. I'm not gonna say anything else that's gonna get me in trouble here.
Well, we're gonna defer your rookie. You got to buy the ice cream to the second half. We're gonna defer that to the next game.
Playoff.
To the playoff.
Yeah.
All right. Playoff. So you're not out.
So now you're stuck bringing me back. So you're saying I'm coming back.
You're coming back. You're coming back.
Yes.
Hey, with that kind of in-depth reporting right there, like, hey, this guy's in agony, that's what I'm talking about. You can't get that from in the booth. You can't see that.
I just want to. It's the next evolution of ECS sports broadcasting. We are in the game. If it's in the game, it's in the game.
So we've got
copyright ECS Sports.
ECS Sports, copyright ECS Sports. So 11:53 in the fourth quarter, and we've got a Sean Wilkins State Farm timeout. So call Sean Wilkins 388-4944. Your good neighbor. We're grateful for Sean's support. He's a former ECS parent. He's a current ECS grandparent. He's served on the board for many, many years back in the day. Just an advocate for ECS. Thanks, Sean Wilkins, for your support. Thanks for your support too, Mom. That's different kind of support.
Look who's at the top there. Peter Nern back in at slot. Going to come back weak side here.
Oh, there goes Cameron. Backside. Touchdown, Eagles. Cameron Rosenberger on the cutback. Went to the wide side. Nothing there. Takes it back against the grain. You called it. You called it, Brandon. You said he's going to end up on the short side, didn't you? The weak side.
I'll take credit for that. I thought the play was going backside, but
well, it did eventually.
He ended up there.
It did. You got to be bold, make predictions. That's the one thing Barrett Jones said in the booth. He said you got to make sure you make predictions. So you called it, and then he faked us out, thought you weren't going to be right.
I think Cameron heard me, and he goes, "I better finish on the weak side."
That's right, or else he's not going to mess with an all-state wrestler. I can tell you that right now. He's not going against an all-state wrestler. Chandler, the extra point was up, obviously, and good. I think Chandler kicked that over the net. That ball is probably out on Macon Road. Those footballs are expensive. Hopefully somebody will go retrieve that thing. So let me take a second again to say thank you to our cheerleaders. I'm going to read through them again, their names, and then also we'll talk about our sponsors. But that's a James Styles touchdown.
Yes,
absolutely. That's a James Styles touchdown. You did. You know what? I want Joseph put it on the board. Joseph is with the program. I was not. So thank you, James. James aims to be your attorney for life from the purchase of your first home all the way through your estate planning. And James specializes in senior law as well. So if you know someone that needs help in that area, they can give you some great guidance. That's obviously senior law is an area where it really helps to have a professional guide you through the systems because there's a lot of money at stake. So thank you, James Stiles.
Chandler Karn to kick off. Harding tries to return it, but that'll be an automatic touchback to the 20. 11:45 to go in the fourth. The Eagles up 34-7.
Well, Miles Neely, their second leading rusher, right there, you saw him. Their starting quarterback. We've talked about it week in and week out. That's that offensive play. He was looking for it. He was back. He wanted to return that ball. And Chandler thankfully put it in the end zone for about his 35th, I think, touchback on the year, 4 of them at least tonight. And he wasn't able to return it. So great job, Chandler, once again, putting the ball deep in the end zone, or in the end zone.
Nice play on the left side. Tell you what, the Eagles still in the game. We haven't really taken anyone out yet.
Just had a good chat with Hudson Still, senior offensive lineman, just asking him, is he feeling that defensive line of Harding? Are they starting to wear down? And he says yes, they're getting tired. And you see that flip, that switch kind of flip where you're starting to impose their will. And I think the offensive line for the Eagles getting a lot of confidence out there right now. And, of course, it resulted in a touchdown on the last possession.
We're going to bring Will Arthur, number 16, in at that cornerback position. He's going to get a taste of some medicine right there. Arthur came up, made a nice hit. Not afraid to stick his head in there.
Well, 34-7 with just under 11 minutes to go in the ball game. I think we'll see more of that. Yeah, Clayton, I see the smoke from the grill team. You might be able to see it here in the camera in just a minute. It's really dying out about midfield, but I want to say thank you to our grill team. We have the best grill team in the city, hands down, no question about it. If you haven't had a burger at Legends Field, you are missing out.
3rd down and 8 for Harding. Quick rollout. Just out of reach. That'll bring up 4th down. You know, once again, we mentioned that with the sideline reporter, we are transmitting that via an FM transmitter, which also allows us to transmit that signal to our fans here in the stand. So next time you come to the game, whether it's here or away, we will have this live stream transmitted without a delay. So bring your radio. It must be a digital radio that you can't just dial it in. You got to actually punch in the exact number.
We're going old school.
That's right.
Yeah, you're right.
As would say 92.7 the Eagle.
92.7 the Eagle. Lock it in and rip the knob off.
Well, that's going to be a botched snap. Eagles going to recover that. Peter Nern kind of taps him down. So Eagles, once again, incredible field position at the 16-yard line. But if you need a look on Twitter, I sent out a link this week. If you need a radio, they're hard to find because not many people have them for sale anymore. But you can find them on Amazon. They're $13. Just go to any of the ECS Athletics. You'll see my tweet I sent out. I had a picture on there.
Oh, good. Well, thanks, Clayton, for doing that. You're the one who comes up with all these ideas, so including inviting Brandon in to be the on-field reporter. It's fantastic.
Quick handoff. McMeans.
Is that to his credit yet? I think the jury's still out.
No. The jury is in. The verdict is in. You're stuck with us. That's the problem.
That's right. Hope we. In fact,
Friday nights are spoken for the foreseeable future.
Congratulations. Welcome to the club, Brandon. Your Friday nights are now spoken for.
Brandon, here's really the truth. I'm just going to go. I'll be honest with you. We feel like we're going to make a pretty deep playoff run, and we feel like that's probably going to take us to Nashville. So we kind of need a place to stay.
I like
that's
Nashville.
Right. We need a free place to stay.
I know some people.
You know a guy?
I know some people.
So that's the truth.
I like where you're going with that, though.
The question is, Brandon, whether you're going to end up in the booth and I'm going to end up on the field. That's the only question that remains, not whether you're coming back. It's a matter of whether I'm getting kicked out of the booth.
I like the sideline.
You like the view from the sideline?
I'm getting in my steps on my Fitbit.
That's a good idea.
That's right.
I'm getting them in tonight.
I'm getting no steps.
McMeans ran right up the middle. Still not much going inside the tackles tonight. That'll be 3rd down and we'll call it 8.
Well, I said, Clayton, I was going to call the cheerleaders out, and between plays, I'm gonna call the cheerleaders out again here in just a minute because I do appreciate what our cheerleaders have done. I know they spent a lot of time preparing and have done a great job this year getting the crowd and making Mafia into the games.
Welch in the pocket, looking over the middle. Was a little late. Had him open, just threw it too late.
He was going to go the distance. No. Look at Dietrich put his wheels on, but
Matthew McMeans got in on it.
Yeah, Matthew McMeans on the tackle, but well, he's probably lucky that McMeans tackled him because Dietrich was ready.
Welch just wanted that pass a little too much, forced it in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he was open quick, and he couldn't see him. And then finally, once he got out of the way to see him, it was just a little too late, and Hardy made a great play on it.
I'll tell you what, I want to give a shout-out to Dietrich Pennington on that play. Dietrich really did get on it, as a offensive lineman, took a great angle to try to run that guy down, and if Matthew hadn't have, I think Dietrich would have caught him. A great effort on Dietrich's part.
Nice tackle, Evan Lockhart, inside linebacker, number 18. Pickup of probably 5 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 5. 8:14 to go in the 4th. Tell you what, we still got that starting defensive front end, 77 Pennington, 54 Hartsuff, Kroll 75, Austin Hill 5, Preston Daniel 33, Williams top corner, Lockhart Saunders, Will Arthur corner at the bottom of your screen with still Epperson and Gagnon at safeties. Well, I'm sure they're going to have a quarterback draw. There we go.
Still on his feet.
Yeah, nice play. That'll pick up 10.
Enough for the 1st down. Stop the clock. Give him a little bit of time with 7:32 left in the game. So cheerleaders, Tiara Allen, Campbell Butcher, Kerrigan Childress, Claire Colley, Savannah Coombs, Lane Dawson, Mia Floriani, Gabby Genero, Holly Huffman, Taylor Huffman, Ashlyn Kimler, Kate Learned, Celie Ozier, Mary Virginia Rowland, Reagan Shackelford, Lauren Stevens, Evelyn Vanderswag, and Addison Whitehorn.
Eagles showing blitz. Great
fumble on the field.
Got a flag on the play. Saunders a little slow getting up. Personal foul. I don't know if that was maybe a block below the waist. Almost like a chop block, maybe. No. I'm not sure what that was. That would have been on them. I'm not sure what they called on us.
First and 10 Hardy at the ECS 33.
I'm trying to see. I can't.
Brandon, I know you're down there by
kind of an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on number 75 for us. Coach is protesting vigorously. Nicest kid in the world. Wouldn't do that. Not his nature. So.
No, that's Kroll's a great player.
Yeah.
That's the last thing I think he'd ever get.
Yeah.
Well, that referee has flagged us several times tonight. I'm not sure if there's something he doesn't like. We play aggressive, hard-nosed football.
Great
He's
tackle.
made a couple of those judgment calls tonight, and we've had several of those judgment calls this year. And, you know, there's a fine line between just playing hard-nosed, aggressive football and what these guys deem as unsportsmanlike. And, you know, I appreciate the fact they want to keep the game safe, but it's just like that play in the first half. We got the personal foul, and it looked like a clean hit on the replay.
Nice tackle, last play, number 6, Ethan Saunders coming up, just stopped him right in his tracks. 2nd down and 12.
Boy, Dietrich, good job, Dietrich Pennington.
Nice hustle by Dietrich in pursuit from that defensive tackle position, number 77. Able to get outside and block.
That's a heads up. That's going to make Dietrich's highlight film this year. That's a heads up play. I talked about how aggressive he was in pursuing on that interception and actually being there to being able to make the tackle. And you see again, he got him. He got on his wheels.
I mean,
jumped, reached, got great reach.
Someone 6'5", 300 pounds.
He moves well for 6'5", 300.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him on the basketball court this winter.
Brandon may have to get a hold of him, let him shed a little water weight for basketball.
Boy, nice job, Saunders.
There you go. See, there. Okay, this referee's got something out. I'm telling you, this referee's got something. This referee's got an agenda.
I mean, really didn't do much. Just kind of pushed him down after he threw. I mean, Saunders was right on him. That'll be another first down, actually automatic first down with that roughing the passer call.
That guy's got an agenda, I'm telling you. I mean, Brandon, you said a minute ago, Coach was protesting. That guy called, what's he called now?
He's got another call, another flag.
We've got a substitution infraction against Harding.
Well, at least we'll back him up 5.
Great to see Coach Rodriguez just his interaction with his players, calming Ethan Saunders down. Of course, you know, he's upset about the penalty being called on him, whether it was just or unjust, but just calming him down, telling him to stay focused, keep his head in the game. Nothing to get too discouraged about.
Well, you want your players to play aggressive ball. Obviously, always clean.
Boy, nice job. Josh Kroll had him, and then Hartsoff was able to mop him up.
For what it's worth, this is the first consistent sprinkle of the game, so we're getting some rain now. It's coming down pretty well
in the crowd.
Britton, this is why you don't want to be a sideline reporter. You don't got what it takes.
I've got a jacket. You need it? You need a jacket?
Yeah, throw it down to me.
Jim Cantori, whatever his name is. I was giving out weather reports last week during the hurricane, so I had my jacket.
Hanging off a
second down and looks like maybe 15. We'll wrap him up, bring him down. Hart's up. Lockhart, Hill, Coot, number 61. Nice to see him in the game. Light rain falling. 4:32 to go.
It's great to see the continued focus. Coach Rodriguez playing for his guys when they had open shots, open opportunities to strip the ball. When they had the quarterback stood up, he's wanting more. He's wanting more. He's one of the players to try to take advantage of these opportunities in the game. Don't leave anything on the field.
Just got a guest in, last year's QB, Sumner Darlington, in the house.
Yeah. Shout out to Seafood. Get him, Josh.
Tell you what, they're on him. He's got a little bit of running room. Look at Austin Hill hustling from behind.
Austin Hill running down a quarterback from behind. I like it.
3:42 to go. Boy, he ran about a mile just to get around.
I'm going to turn this headset over to Sumner Darlington. I want to see what Sumner's got for a little color commentary. Sumner, let's see what you got.
He's got it. I've heard him. Sumner, welcome aboard.
Thanks for having me.
Glad you're in from Starkville tonight.
Yes, sir.
How's the first semester going so far?
Going well.
Yeah.
It's about over. We got about a month left, and then we're done.
It's amazing how fast that this fall has gone.
All right, I'm going to let you take over. You call it.
4th down on the play. Harding looking for 6. He'll get sacked. Dietrich Pennington definitely will wrap him up.
Great
That'll
play.
be turnover on downs, 3:32 to go. That's going to do it for the game, basically. We'll
should see a heavy dose of gut.
yeah, we're going to just like still keep a lot of our starters in, so we're not wanting to give the ball back to them, looks like. We're going to try to march this down the field. So, yeah, how about your Bulldogs having a pretty good year? Big win last week.
Yes, sir. 2 weeks ago. We had a bye last week.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. This week, LSU.
We do. We're in Baton Rouge this weekend. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Top 25 matchup, but we'll see how it goes.
I know my dad's a big supporter. He's a big State fan, so he's anxiously going to watch that game tomorrow. First down, Jacob Hatcher in at quarterback. We'll pick up probably 2. Still, once again, not much inside the tackles tonight, Sumner. We've had trouble. Not until we got outside with the pass that kind of loosened that up a little bit. We just hadn't done much between the tackles, really, that we've done most of the year.
From what I've seen, they've been in a lot of man coverage with no safeties over the top. You know, being an ex-quarterback, you want to take those shots, but again, we got to manage the time.
Well, it's kind of the opposite. We've said we've had, instead of the run setting up the pass, we've had to do the pass to kind of set the run up.
Yep. We got 9 or 10 in the box every play.
2nd down and 8. Zachary Brooks at tailback. Quick pass out to Williams. Nice move. He'll pick up probably 4 on the play. A few announcements this week. Soccer team, that's girls soccer, will play BGA at BGA this Saturday. That's tomorrow, October 20th, 2 o'clock, quarterfinals in the state tournament. Boys and girls cross country, we're going to run in the regional championships at Shelby Farms next Thursday, the 25th. JV football team this year, varsity finished 7-0, so great season for the JV team. Alumni home run derby was postponed tonight. We were hoping to go long tonight, Sumner, but Eagle Madness, that's this
November 2nd.
Yeah, after the football game.
Fun fact, I will be there.
Well, look at Hatcher just out of the reach. Boy, Preston Daniel was wide open, wasn't he?
Yeah, Eagle Madness is going to be a first annual.
I don't even know what it is.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have almost like a midnight madness for the basketball team.
Okay, all right.
It's basically the equivalent of the Memphis Madness. We're going to have a few alumni there, some special guests, a couple high school SoundCloud rappers that are pretty famous within the ECS community will be there. So we'll see how these things go, but it's going to be a fun night. Everyone needs to show up.
I'm looking forward to that. I need to mark that on my calendar.
Couple signed things from Penny Hardaway and Klay Thompson. We'll see some giveaways. So
Chandler Carn with the punt down to the Harding 35-yard line. Fair catch. So with 1:55 to go, Harding will take over. See how far they can push into Eagle territory. Also, the ECS drama department is putting on a play called the Fantastics, November 8th, 9th, and 10th. So I will definitely be at that. My daughter will be in that play, so look forward to watching that.
Folks, we'll say thank you to the folks at Office Corner, our Friday night games.
Just saw Griffin Garrison check in. I bet he's excited to get back on the field after his thumb injury, so this will be his first action in a varsity game.
Well, you're right. He had a pretty nasty break with surgery.
A little sweep.
But Darius Allen in that cornerback position, number 7, coming in to make the tackle with Will Arthur, number 16. Coot in at nose guard. We've got, let me see who else we have outside. We've got Brady Holloway in at outside linebacker. We've
Darius Allen at corner, number 7.
That's right. We've also got
Luke Pleben in at linebacker, number 45.
Andrew Agapos, 35 in also.
Let's get some of these 7-0 JV freshmen and sophomores in here.
Boy, nice play. Carter Gibson, number 21 on the tackle. Carter's a good-looking big kid.
He's a big boy.
First time he's played this year, so getting some valuable experience. We'll need him maybe the playoffs or especially next year. Carlton Webster coming out. Blake Barnett coming in, number 72. 1:05 to go. Rain still coming down. Andrew Agapos, nice tackle in from that inside linebacker. Brandon, looks like we're done. Starters are mostly out, so coach is going to be kind of dialing it back a little bit.
Yeah, and good experience anytime these JV players can get some reps in.
You guys got a sideline reporter now. That's pretty cool.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, it's for real now.
Yeah, you guys are stepping the game up.
Logan Arnwine, number 41, in an outside linebacker. Little fumbled snap, quarterback keeper on the left side.
Good gang tackle on the sideline there, finally wrangling him.
He'll get down to the 33. First down, that'll move the chains. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, that's going to wrap it up. Great victory tonight for the Eagles, 34-7. I'd like to thank Brandon Artilles on the sideline. We'd also like to thank Big Joseph Nafee, Crisco on the camera, Nate Dogg Maroc, just making sure we're all doing the right thing.
We're going to say thanks to our sponsors again. Did you run through those?
No, I did not.
All right, let me hit PDG, Clayton Floriani, James Stiles, the Stiles Law Firm, Sean Wilkins, State Farm, Tim Wilson with Compliance Associates, Darren Wilkes at Benny James, HVAC, Plumbing, and Air Conditioning and Appliance, Strategic Financial, Hamp Holcomb, Bill Edwards, Chandler Gagnon, Barrett Jones. This is the second time I've done that.
Who's
Barrett
that?
Jones.
Oh, okay.
Barrett Jones is J-E-R-N-S. This is J-O-N-E-S. You might not have heard of it, but Barrett Jones. I'm never going to hear the end of that. And Scott House at Bank 3, also Ortho Memphis, David Dabbs and Jen Dorman.
Good deal. We're going to hang around just a minute. I think Brandon's going to be able to pick up an interview in just a minute. Coach Rod's going to have a quick word with his team, and then he'll be free.
Yeah, Brandon, keep that mic dry. That's a brand new microphone, isn't it?
I'm trying to tuck it.
We need to get you
we need to get you an ECS official logo rain gear.
Rain kind of picking up just a little
bit. The hints
bit.
being dropped here. Well, while we're at it, let's throw in a polo.
A polo? You need a polo?
Another polo. I could use another ECS
probably
polo.
Get you a polo. I don't know.
Team's going to run over and sing our song to the crowd, who is all but gone due to the rain.
Brandon, do you see Coach Rodriguez? Is he?
I got a fix on. I'm going to let him tend to business, though. Wants to celebrate with his guys. We'll get down here momentarily, though.
We're going to get a Victory in Jesus song real fast, and then we'll get a word with him.
All right, so Clayton, how's this set up for next week?
Next week we're going to be at North Point. Last game of the regular season. North Point is they played last night against a charter school. They're winless so far. Unless they won last night, they have not won yet this year. So
how does this in the district? Would this put us squarely behind now Lausanne?
That's right.
In our district.
That's right. So
which is key, because if we finish second, that's going to help us from seeding. That means we can avoid Lausanne longer.
That's right. We'll need to catch up with Coach Rod this week. I know those guys are been pretty diligent about looking at the playoff picture and kind of how that might look. Brendan, thanks for hanging out in that rain. I know it's kind of coming down a little more.
Hey, if you're a little wet, you might as well just get more wet.
That's right. We're going to have some good donuts here in just a minute.
Coach Roloffs? Doing well. How are you doing? We're live. We're live right now. Whoa. We're waiting to talk to Coach Rodriguez here. I'm with ECS legend, Coach.
We've got
Ron
you.
Roloffs.
We've got you right here.
How are you? Did you have a good time tonight?
I did.
Tell Coach Roloffs to look up here towards the booth.
We had.
Turn Coach Roloffs up here.
We're going to look over here because we got a camera, so we might as well use it. What was that halftime with the Hall of Fame there?
That was a Hall of Honor, and we've been doing that. This is the 6th year, recognizing people from the past, really, that have made a huge impact on ECS and the community. So,
are you in that? Are you in that Hall of Honor?
I am, but
I figured as much. Well, again, thank you for all you do for this school. It's good to see Coach Rodriguez. Family man, playing with Jack over there. Always got to tend to business.
Tell you what, it's always great. These players, after a great win, they're all, I see the starter, Cameron Rosenberger. These guys are all in the stands picking up trash.
Cleaning up trash.
Just
Boy, what a culture.
The servant leadership. Yep.
That's culture setting. Yeah, servant leadership. Fantastic. All right, Brandon. Get in there. He's got a fan right now.
I think we need our donuts. We need our donuts right now. We'll get a quick word in here.
Did they announce we're having donuts? Did it actually happen?
I don't know. It was going to be on the field, so unless it's inside,
maybe it's in the gym.
It could be in the gym.
I've just confirmed with somebody very important there will be donuts.
Where are they going to be? That's the question.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's a man in demand.
I'm telling you.
But for the
Coach
folks that are
Rodriguez got
hanging out with us
fans.
on the live stream, you're warriors. You're warriors. You're going to stick around to the very end until we get this.
All three of you. We appreciate it.
Hey, I'm getting wet. I'm getting soaking wet for those three.
Yeah, this is a little bit of hazing tonight, so this is only one night of it. We're not going to do this again.
Put Coach Rodriguez up to this?
Yeah, he knows about this. This is
he's going to have a few more conversations.
That was funny.
Hey, if Coach Rodriguez's wife has to wait on him, then I'll have to wait on him. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Intercepted by the kids. Once the kids get a hold of him.
Once you get him, you guys can kind of pan towards the camera here. We still got him live, so we'll.
But a good win out here for these guys. Again, what does this do to the playoff?
Yeah, we're just talking about that. We're going to have to ask Coach about that, but we can find out this week.
Doc may have a good idea of the playoff.
Do you know Doc McKenzie, coach with ECS? You know what this does for us for the district where this places us as far as playoffs go if we win out?
It's going to depend on if USJ beats Harding.
I think our moment's coming up, fellas.
So it's possible that we'll see St. George's in the first round of the playoffs.
All right, we're coming. We're coming.
All right, I'm going to run through sponsors until you're ready. I'm watching you.
Hey, my son's still here.
Styles,
I thought he went home.
Styles Law Firm, James Styles, Clayton Floriani, Pediatric Dental Group, Sean Wilkins, State Farm, Compliance Associates, Benny James, with
We've
Darren
been patiently waiting. We're going to have you look up right. This is our first sideline report. Coming off a big win. Just tell me about processing this game, ending it here in the rain, but a big win for you guys.
Well, anytime you win a region game, I think that's a big win. Really winning any game is nice. So we were pleased at times with how he played. There's definitely some things we need to clean up. So I'm looking forward to get back to practice really on Monday and getting tightened up. So
immediately, what do you need to work on? What do you think you need to work on in practice?
We need to work on our blocking and our running and our tackling and our defeating of blocks. I think we got exposed a little bit in the second half in some areas, and I think we've got to clean that stuff up this coming week. So hopefully we'll get that fixed.
All right, good win tonight, Coach.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thanks, Coach. We appreciate that last-minute word as we wrap up a night. Brandon, go inside and get you a little hitch an umbrella, maybe.
Well, we got big business to handle here. My son's asking to spend the night, so
okay.
That's the big question on my plate.
Right,
guys, thank you so much.
Yeah,
have a good night.
Britton, we're going to sign off. Thanks once again for
thank you, Brandon,
being here with us. 34-7, your Eagles on top. We will see you next week in South Haven, Mississippi, on the campus of North Point as we take on North Point Christian. So that'll do it, Britton.
Great job. Great to be with you again. Thanks again to our sponsors and the community.
Okay.